Well, a group that worked with the governor and legislative leadership to help craft gun reform bills in the wake of the Lewiston mass shooting is now suing the state and calling one bill allowed to go into effect without the governor's signature a, quote, bridge too far. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard spoke with their executive director to learn more.
This law will have a ripple effect across rural Maine that people haven't even imagined.
David Trahan, the executive director for the Sportsman's Alliance of Maine, is talking about LD 2238, titled An Act to Address Gun Violence in Maine by Requiring Waiting Periods for Certain Firearm Purchases. After the Lewiston mass shooting, Trahan says he met with the governor and Democratic leaders to help craft meaningful legislation, including expanding mental health services and background checks. But he warned them to stay away from expanding waiting periods.
This feels like a bit of betrayal, because we stayed at the table and acted as fair and honest arbiters. This came at the end, the very last moment. It was a big surprise to all of us, and it hurts because we felt we were making great progress. Lives were being saved.
Trahan says after the bill was allowed to become law without the governor's signature, groups like the Sportsman's Alliance of Maine, NRA, Gun Owners of Maine, and Women for Gun Rights met and agreed they would challenge the legislation in court. While there are aspects of other laws Trahan disagrees with, the groups agreed to focus their efforts.
There is no compelling state reason to make you wait to protect your home and your family. This was promoted as a waiting period to prevent suicide. Suicide is not a crime.
According to Trahan, the lawsuit will be filed in the state Superior Court, but, depending on the outcome, is likely to be appealed. Trahan says they're willing to go as far as they need in order to get this overturned.
We are preparing to take this to the U.S. Supreme Court. We feel so strongly that this is unconstitutional, it's an arbitrary obstacle to the law-abiding citizens of the state, that we will take it as far as it needs to go.
There's a common saying that as goes Maine, so goes the nation. Trahan says if the case does make it to the Supreme Court, it could have nationwide impacts.
If this is overturned, every state in the nation that has waiting periods will have to have theirs overturned as well.
We reached out to the governor's office with a request for interview or comment and did not receive a response. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard with ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.